Welcome to my views on news, another video with new stories. Firstly, Tigray's capital Mekelle came under dawn strikes today. No official statement by the government so far, but reportedly dawn strikes were conducted on Mekelle today. Secondly, Tigray regional government and Tigray military command both issued some statements today. Tigray military command statement is about military offensives on new fronts from Eritrea on Tigray. But Tigray regional government urged parents to send their kids to join the fight. What does it indicate, Tigray government statement? Does it indicate that there is a shortage of manpower, that people are not willing to join? Why did Tigray government issue this statement urging parents to send their kids to the fight, to the ongoing fighting? Lastly, we have Somalia. Government claims around 200 Al-Shabaab fighters have been killed in Hirraan region in a day-long battle to the north of Mogadishu. Al-Shabaab has also shared some details. Journalists are protesting in Somalia after Somalia's government banned coverage of Al-Shabaab's position, Al-Shabaab's statements about this war. Firstly, viewers, drone strikes, airstrikes are not a news now in Tigray. On daily basis, Tigray's cities are being bombarded by Ethiopian jets and drones. Almost all major towns and cities of Tigray have been bombarded since the start of third round of fighting, the 24th of August. Mekelle has been hit multiple times in the past 3 to 4 weeks, and new drone strikes on Mekelle are being reported. On Monday, again, drone strikes were conducted. In the last few days, we have seen that air campaign on Tigray has intensified. Shire, Edi Dairo, Dangelot, Vakro, Zana, long list of the towns and cities which have been bombarded by Ethiopian jets and drones. Obviously, Ethiopian government does not issue statements about these drone strikes and airstrikes, and Tigray always says that civilians are dying in these strikes. But obviously, these strikes have military objectives. The purpose is to hit Tigray leadership, TPLF leadership, TDF channels, Tigray's military assets, Tigray's training institute, Tigray's training institutes of Tigray Defense Force, Tigray's ammunition depots, moving convoys of Tigray forces, and these drone strikes and air strikes, Tigray has no answer, it has no reply. Because it has no anti-air capability. One of the main advantages held by Ethiopian federal forces, Eritrean forces, is this air power. There is Ethiopian Air Force in the air. Tigray only has anti-aircraft guns, Zu-23-2, but these guns can engage aircrafts and helicopters flying at a very low altitude. Tigray cannot counter these drones, DB2s and Winglongs, and that is why Tigray was forced to withdraw its forces from Wollo, because from the North, Eritreans and ENDF launched a joint offensive, and an intensified air campaign was launched by Ethiopian National Defense Force, especially after Tigray offered cessation of hostilities. After that, we saw new air campaign against Tigray. And if you compare air strikes and drone strikes before this offer and after this offer, you would see that after this offer of cessation of hostilities, Ethiopian government intensified airstrikes. Why? Because obviously government wants to gain as much leverage against Tigray as possible, military leverage. If talks start today, tomorrow, or after a week or a month, before that, government, Ethiopian federal government wants to have convincing leverage over Tigray to dictate terms at the table. Secondly, viewers, Tigray Military Command and Tigray Regional Government both issued statements today. Tigray Military Command spoke about new military offensives on Tigray from Eritrea, which were mentioned by govt as well in his tweet yesterday, that from Eritrean territories towards Zalambasa, Adegarat, one ground offensive has been launched. Secondly, from Sirona to Tigray's territories, and thirdly, from Eritrean soil towards Rama. Axom offensives have been launched. Rama, from Eritrean soil to Rama. So these new military offensives have been launched, and thousands of Eritrean forces members, END, have been deployed on these new fronts. Rama under shelling, Adegarat, Zalambasa under shelling. Tigray Military Command said that it would fight, people would fight, it would defend its territories. Tigray Regional Government issued a statement as well. The statement is a call upon the people of Tigray to be part of this struggle. Struggle for survival, Tigray calls this, and it is a message from Tigray Regional Government to the parents. They should send their kids. And everyone should join this fight. Why did Tigray Regional Government issue this statement? Does it mean that there are some people in Tigray who are not willing to send their kids to fight? That is why. But the statement is not threatening. It's a way of convincing people to join the fight. It is fight for survival. Regional government is not threatening the people that they must send their kids to Tigray, though conscription is ongoing. It has been ongoing for months in Tigray. Even before the start of this third phase of fighting, I reported in more than one video that Tigray forces were forcibly recruiting youth. Parents were being arrested. Those who were not sending their kids, they were being arrested. It happened. And even from Tigray opposition parties, some Tigray activists, pro-Tigray government, anti-Ethiopian government, they also condemned this conscription. They said that their family members were being harassed in Tigray. So it's not a secret now. Tigray regional government, Eritrean government, all are involved in this conscription. Eritrean government has been involved in forced conscriptions for years. And now Tigray is following suit. And PM Abiy is also considering to join the camp. He is planning to introduce mandatory national service in Ethiopia, which could be a form of conscription if you impose restrictions that those who don't complete the national service won't be hired by the government. So government is in the process of finalizing rules for a national service in Ethiopia. Tigray does not have unlimited supply of manpower. On the other hand, Ethiopian, Eritrean governments, not unlimited, but they have a large number of troops and would-be troops or expected soldiers in the pipeline. Regional force is still not part of this military offensive on Tigray, just Amhara forces are there. So Tigray regional government is at a disadvantage here in terms of manpower. Ethiopian, Eritrean governments, they have abundant supply of manpower. If this war goes on, gradually Tigray will face more such problems in terms of shortage of manpower. Lastly, we had Somalia, where after a day-long fighting in Hirraan region of Somalia, government says it has killed around 200 Al-Shabaab fighters. Al-Shabaab says it has killed 5 soldiers. The fighting happened in Hirraan region, close to Bolo Barde, around 25 kilometers from Bolo Barde in northern direction is Jikibo. In Jikibo village, fighting went on for around 12 hours. with involvement of regional forces, militias. And here, government claims that around 200 Al-Shabaab fighters were killed, and Jikibo is under government control now. Hirraan is one of the strongholds of Al-Shabaab for years. That is why we're seeing much of the ongoing offensive against Al-Shabaab in Hirraan. Secondly, journalist community in Somalia is protesting against Somalia's government, which banned coverage of Al-Shabaab's statements, Al-Shabaab's position about this war. 2 days ago, Somalia's government directed internet service providers to shut down websites, channels linked to Al-Shabaab. Websites like Somali Memo, Kalamada, Aminur, Radio Al Furqan have been closed. Government has ordered the closure of these websites and some telegram channels as well, like Small War Journal, and local journalists are also being banned from covering Al-Shabaab's activities, Al-Shabaab's statements. Though some websites are still operating, they have not been blocked so far. Journalists are protesting. They say this is an attack on freedom of press in Somalia. Somalia's government said that by furthering Al-Shabaab's propaganda, these journalists and news outlets are going against Somalia's constitution. But journalists today issued statements and they are asking Somalia's government to review its decision regarding coverage of Al-Shabaab's activities in Somalia. Thank you for watching.